Right then, spoilers ahead for all of this, but obviously please take all of this with a pinch of salt. I'm going to be listing off a whole bunch of possible plot leaks and spoilers for the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel. So obviously, like I say, this is just take it with a pinch of salt. Nothing's confirmed. Some of it seems to be founded in rumours that we've heard for quite a long time and are quite obvious, but we'll just see how it goes, and I'm just going to kind of list a lot of the spoilers that have come out. The apparent plot leaks, anyway. So, first and foremost is that this film, the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, is said to be set after the events of Avengers 4. That's not really that surprising. I would say, out of all of these, that is pretty much the most obvious. However, according to the plot leak, anyway, is that in this sequel, it revolves around Peter Parker mourning Tony Stark's death because he, Iron Man, is supposedly going to be dying in Avengers 4. Again, this is kind of founded in what we knew already, or what we had heard. Tony Stark and, Robert Downey Jr., he has to leave the Marvel Universe at some point, and we had heard a lot of rumours that Avengers 4 was going to be him leaving. So this isn't that much news, but this is apparently what it's going to be revolving around. And also, off the back of Peter Parker mourning his death, he is also said to have created something before he died. Some miraculous, groundbreaking piece of technology that is then stolen, and it is down to Spider-Man to retrieve it. So that's kind of interesting. I would say there is some possibility of that happening. According to another plot leak, although the sequel has allegedly, anyway, an international setting, a lot of the action is supposedly going to be taking place in London. Apparently, Peter Parker winds up there for a kind of conference, which has been sponsored by the Stark Industries, and that's basically it. This is why he's there. That's the plot device for him being there. And according to the plot leak, this is going to be the location where a lot of the action is due to take place. Great setting for a lot of action, I think, London. I'm a little bit biased because I live in London, but I think that would be awesome. Another plot leak, and this is pretty much confirmed anyway because we know that he's going to be in the film because Jake Gyllenhaal is being eyed for the role. But Mysterio, he is due to be the lead villain in the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, and for this particular iteration of Mysterio, he's going to be described as an international thief and master of illusion. Apparently, he is the one that stole the Stark piece of technology, which is apparently from a mysterious employer, a benefactor, which is kind of interesting, but also probably another one of those things which will be setting up the Sinister Six. Kind of interesting. I like it. And I also really like the casting of Jake Gyllenhaal for that role. Allegedly as well, according to the plot leak, Spider-Woman is due to make an appearance. Spider-Woman is, of course, Jessica Drew, and she's not really the gender opposite of Spider-Man. She has different powers, kind of psychological spider webs and things like that. She's an interesting character, so it will be kind of cool to see her, but we'll see how that goes. And again, it is just a plot leak for now. It's just a rumour. As well, the Spider Slayer is due to be making an appearance. Anyway, Alistair Smythe, a technology prodigy who becomes determined to upstage Peter Parker. Now, this is a massive difference from the comic books, but it's not a bad use of the character, and will have quite a great deal of potential. Smythe, again in the plot leak anyway, is pretty manipulative and apparently does his utmost to turn Peter's friends against him. His father, meanwhile, is Spencer Smythe, and he works for Stark Industries. So there's going to be, as you can probably tell, quite a lot of things centered around Stark and his death and how this is then influencing everything moving forwards, which, Tony Stark, as massive of an ego as he is, would love this in his death if everyone was talking about him and he was causing this massive issue. So I quite like that. It's in keeping with his character anyway. And it wouldn't be a sequel without some of the characters from the previous movie coming into play again. Apparently the Vulture is going to be having an appearance, as well as the Scorpion, which will be pretty badass. I'd love to see the Vulture again. What a great villain for the reboot of the Spider-Man universe for Sony. Awesome. It could have gone terribly wrong, but it turned out so good. So having him come back, love it. Scorpion, interesting villain. Will be quite excited to see that on the big screen, just because it's quite out there. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But apparently they're both due to make an appearance. And again, this is all leading along to the Sinister Six, which we've had rumoured for so fucking long. But it is interesting to have these things kind of confirmed or, you know, semi-rumoured anyway. It's due to happen. We know that he will make an appearance. Why wouldn't you? You're not going to not mention him. You know, it is Spider-Man's main villain up until this point. So of course they're going to mention him. Anyway, like I said earlier in the video, Mysterio is said to have a very mysterious employer. We don't know much about this person, but apparently this is going to be a major villain from comic books who will have a very prominent role in these particular Spider-Man movies moving forward. He is also only set to make a very minor appearance in the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, so obviously we're not going to be seeing much of him. But apparently, Marvel and Sony are looking for an A-list actor to take on this particular role. And of course, casting won't be officially announced for quite some time. But this is really interesting. You know, it could be anyone. Norman Osborn, it could be Dr. Octopus, it could be absolutely anyone. Even Kraven the Hunter. But the fact that they are eyeing up A-list actors, apparently, is really promising. We know Marvel has great casting, and they also have a lot of pull for that kind of thing. A lot of people want to be in Marvel movies moving forwards now, so that's great. Really, really good to hear, and great that they are taking it seriously. Like I said, Sinister Six. All of these leaks are, you know, just building up that anticipation and the confirmation that they are building towards the Sinister Six movie. We'll see how it goes. I'm not overly excited about a Sinister Six movie. You know, they so ham-fistedly approached it in The Amazing Spider-Man. So, you know, I don't think they should have their cake and eat it. I think, you know, make a few good Spider-Man movies and then introduce the Sinister Six. I want to see those villains, but in Spider-Man movies first. But that's just me. And last but not least, the last rumour is the sequel's title. Apparently there are quite a few reports, but this particular leak confirms, or at least seemingly confirms, that it will be called Spider-Man Field Trip, which kind of makes sense. It follows a nice similar trend with Spider-Man Homecoming, and it also goes hand in hand with the leak, anyway, the kind of rumours that were coming out from the leak with regards to him turning up in London. So that is it. That is all of the plot leaks we have up to date. I thought I would just make this into one big video, and I thought I would just ask you guys, what do you think of this? What do you think of the title, for starters? Who do you think is going to be Mysterio's mysterious benefactor, his employer? Who is going to be the man to be employing good old Fishbowl Head? And do you even want to see the Sinister Six? Do you care about the Sinister Six? Like I said, I want to see them, but in Spider-Man movies. I don't really want to see a Sinister Six movie. I think it's, I don't know, it's not going to be dark, and I just think it'll be a bit lame, but that's just me. I really am excited, though, to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. It's not confirmed as yet that he has the role, but I would love to see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I think that'd be awesome. I think he's a fantastic actor when he puts his mind to it. I think he has great range. And up against someone as quick-witted as Tom Holland, or as, you know, quippy as this Spider-Man is, I think that'd be awesome. I think it'd be really, really cool. And I really like the London setting as well. Also, I like the fact that Tony Stark is causing issues in his death, considering he is the root cause of most of the problems the Avengers have faced. So I think that's pretty cool as well. It's very much in keeping with that universe. But I want to ask you guys, what do you think? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I do movie reviews, movie news, general pop culture stuff, and I also do some gameplay throughs as well. So please do hit that subscribe button, give this video a big like and a share. It really does actually help the channel out more than you would know. Also, to those that were expecting a vlog of Sundance Festival, look, I went there yesterday, last night. It's basically just a building in London. It's basically just like a movie theatre building. I couldn't vlog because, I mean, it's boring. Like, there's literally nothing there. I went to watch one movie. My review of that movie will be out tomorrow, and that movie review is Hereditary, an awesome horror movie, but I don't want to say too much because you need to watch that review. Guys, I've rambled for too long though. I've been Mr. H, and I will catch you in the next video.